All right, so today we're looking at solving absolute value equations. And we're going to look at when we don't have, or when we have things outside the absolute value. So when there are numbers outside the absolute value, we have to clean that up. We can't split it straight into our 2. So we're going to cancel out the numbers that are outside the absolute value by doing our inverse operations and putting them to the other side of the equal sign. So we always add or subtract the constant first, and then multiply or divide by the coefficient. All right, so let's look at this first one. I've got the absolute value of 2x minus 1 minus 3 equal to 2. So I do have something outside the absolute value, so I need to clean that up first. And I'm going to do that, by doing the inverse or the opposite. So I'm going to add 3 since that is subtracting. And that is going to give me the absolute value of 2x minus 1 equal to 5. So now I have nothing else that is outside the absolute value. So I'm going to go ahead and split it into my 2, giving me 2x minus 1 equals 5, and 2x minus 1 equals a negative 5. And we're going to work from there. So solving this one on the left first, I'm going to add 1 to both sides, giving me 2x equal to 6, divide by 2, and I get x is equal to 3. Work the second one out as well. Add 1 to both sides. I get 2x equals negative 4. Divide both sides by 2, and I get x is equal to a negative 2. So my two solutions are x equals 3 and x equals negative 2. All right, let's look at this next one. I've got the absolute value of x minus 2 over 6 equal to 5. All right, so I do have something outside the absolute value, the 6. Now what is that 6 doing? Okay, it is multiplying, or sorry, multiplying, it's dividing. So we need to, multiply both sides by 6. Okay, by doing that, it cancels out my denominator there, leaving me with the absolute value of x minus 2 equal to, well, 5 times 6 is 30. Now that I have my absolute value isolated, I can split into the 2, giving me x minus 2 equals 30, and x minus 2 equals a negative 30. So add 2 to both sides here. I get x is equal to 32. And add 2 to both sides here. Gives me x is equal to a negative 28. Okay? All right, we're going to look at one more. Now notice I've got 3 times the absolute value of x minus 2 minus 10 equals 11. Oops. So I need to isolate the absolute value. So I'm going to add 10 to both sides. Still leaves me with absolute value, or 3 times the absolute value of x minus 2 equal to 21. Now, absolute value is not isolated yet, so I need to divide both sides by 3, giving me x minus 2 equals, the absolute value of x minus 2 equals 7. Okay, so now that I've got my absolute value isolated, I can split it into the 2, giving me x minus 2 equals 7, and x minus 2 equals a negative 7. All right, adding 2 to both sides, I get x is equal to 9, and x is equal to a -5. All right, that is all for this video. I'll see you in the next one.